Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel! I'm yet again here with a very unknown, unsurprised, no I'm kidding, a very known guest. It is her, it is me. We are in a car, sweating, super hot, profusely actually, but it's okay because we're about to leave the car to go to a bookstore! Woo! Shockingly, this is a bookstore vlog. Duh. I don't want this to be though a one-day bookstore vlog where we only go to one bookstore because we have a few different stores planned that we want to visit. Some of them are smaller independent bookstores and I feel like all of them together would be a very nice collection. Right?
I agree. The ones we're going to today, I've never been to before. We're in Long Beach. We're going to Casita Bookstore and Belcanto Bookstore.
Very exciting. I think at the end of this video, I'm just going to show you all the books I got from each bookstore because I don't really know how else I'm supposed to film this, honestly. But yeah. See ya, you guys.
I don't want to tie you up now. I don't want to do the thing. I don't want to have you, baby. I just want to have a fling. I wanna go down.
Why doesn't this work? Open a book. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Over $1,000 or $2,000.
Okay, interesting concept. We just got back from the two bookstores and we got, what's it called?
We went to Sweet Joe's on 2nd Street in Long Beach. Delicious cinnamon rolls, delicious pastries, highly recommend.
And yeah, the bookstores were really nice. I bought one book, which was really good for me.
I bought one book.
Look at us being so good at not buying too many books. We're probably still gonna go to a Barnes & Noble today. Just because, why not? See ya guys, wouldn't wanna be ya. Bye! So, remember how I originally said I was gonna put this all at the end of the video? I decided not to do that because why not show you all now the books that we got at the two independent bookstores. I picked up this book obviously because the cover is so beautiful and it's called Water Moon. The naked book is the most dreamlike fairy tale book cover I've ever seen. And then there is a reversible dust jacket. Looks like this.
I didn't even know that.
The end pages of the book actually are instruction on how you can make a paper crane out of the cover, which is super cute. This book is about Hannah who inherits a pawn shop, and this is kind of a magical pawn shop that only the chosen one find. Basically, people come to this pawn shop to sell their secret and regrets and past life choices. And on the first day of her working at that pawn shop, everything was stolen. On top of the pawn shop being absolutely ransacked, On top of the pawn shop being absolutely ransacked, her father is also gone missing and she's super worried obviously. But then also at the same time, a very confusing and strange stranger walks into the shop. This stranger is different than any other customer who has ever come into the pawn shop because instead of coming into the shop to seek help, he's actually offering it to Hannah. And then together they go on this very fun, fantastical, magical journey and adventure where they're trying to obviously find these missing items as well as her father. This book sounds really good.
At the first one we went to, it was Casita Bookstore or Bookshop. I got Thank You Teacher. I'm becoming a teacher and this was mainly for just picture taking purposes for my graduation of the credential program.
And then it can be added in her classroom and it's gonna look so cute when she reads it. The collection is gonna be so good when you have so many books.
Excited.
It's gonna be so cool.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, gee.
If I flip to a random page, it'll be smut.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, it's not smut.
I still haven't finished this book.
I don't think you should. That sticker's gonna do it for me every time. A warm hug. A magical zoo?
Which is nothing.
I don't care about a magical zoo, sorry. Oh.
Actually met that I
Okay, now it worked. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's been 5 seconds.
I can't believe that there's so many new sequels. Like, I didn't know this book existed, and I didn't know this book existed.
If it's C.W. Farnsworth, would it be the F or would it be the W? I can't find it.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
Wow, everyone, we just came back from Barnes & Noble's and we were super successful. Who would have thought? Okay, first things first, I got a book that I've been anticipating so much. This is one of my most anticipated reads because I love the movies, I love the characters, I've read fan fiction about this couple before.
That's how you know it's serious.
And this book is about a couple that was mentioned in the movie Tinkerbell, Secret of the Fairy Wings. And this book is about Queen Clarion and the Lord of the Winter because apparently they had a romance back in the day when they were younger. And obviously, if you know the movies, you know that they go through a heartbreak because they're not together in the movie. By the end of the movie, they're like touching their hands and kissing and back together, so we know there's a happy ending after all. But this is the prequel. This is how they fall in love for the first time, and I'm gonna guess it has a sad ending because they have to break up at some point because that's how the movie goes. I'm gonna be so heartbroken. This is gonna make me cry so hard.
First one I got is Buy One Get One 50, and it's Kiss Now Lilighter by C.W. Farnsworth. I read this one on my Kindle, and I really like this book. But
You've read this already?
Yes, I have. That's why I want it.
Oh, I thought you haven't read it and you just know the author really well, and I was like,
no, I like this one. Yeah, I've read this one.
Okay.
This is about, well, here on the top it says, one boy, one girl, two feuding towns. It's very, like, intense, like, the rivalry between the towns, and obviously they're both from different sides of the town. She plays soccer, obviously. He is the quarterback for the rival school. Oh my gosh, they just, like, understand each other so well, and, like, high schoolers definitely don't behave like this, but, like, I really enjoyed it. It was really good, and I really liked it. Obviously, like, forbidden romance, but I love books about soccer. There's not enough books about soccer, in my opinion.
It sounds really good.
As
also,
a soccer player.
Next, I bought a book that actually, I want to read this tonight. I want to start this tonight. It sounds so freaking amazing.
It's the other half of my Buy One Get One 50.
It is. That is exactly why I was looking for this book, and this book found me. It was Destiny, True Love at First Sight, even though this will break my heart. So a toxic relationship. This book is called The Snow Child by Eowyn Evie. Wow, I so botched that name. I already know that. So this book plays in Alaska and it's about Mabel and Jack. Mabel and Jack are a married couple that are sadly childless, and they've been trying for years to get a kid. And because they've gone through so many unsuccessful years of fulfilling their dream, their marriage has become very torn, and their life has just been going downhill ever since. So during the first snowfall of winter, they decide to build a little snow girl, a girl out of snow. But then the next morning when they wake up, that snow girl is gone. Where is she? We don't know. But at the same time, they see a little real girl running through the snowy woods. What's going on? How can a little girl survive in the forest by herself? They at some point meet this girl, and her name is Faina, and she seems like the child of their dreams. And they kind of decide to adopt her as their own daughter. Yet sadly, that cannot be the happy ending, right? It says on the back here that Faina seems like she's out of a fairy tale, but in this beautiful, violent territory, things are rarely as they appear, and what they eventually learn about Faina will transform them all. I'm very excited. The dedication is for my daughters, Grace and Aurora, which kind of... Oh my god, that's her name!
Another one, I got another children's book. This is called The World Needs Who You Were Made to Be. A very beautiful cover. Obviously, I'm starting to like build my library, but also for grad pictures again, I just thought this would be cute to hold. But also, it will go in my future classroom, and it's really great for just showing kids that like, however you want to go about life, like that's totally fine and everybody's different. Like, the world needs you to be who you're meant to be. So.
A very simple but very meaningful message. We love. The next book I got is very different than everything else I've gotten today, and that is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I was obviously attracted to the cover. It's like a mix between a deer, a tree, and a wild boar. This book plays in a futuristic dystopian world where this area of the world called X has been cut off for decades and has been reclaimed by nature. And over the course, I don't really know how long, there have been multiple expeditions into this forbidden area, Area X, to try to understand its mysteries and find out what has happened in the time they have been gone. Every single one of these missions has failed. None of them have come back. They've all disappeared. And this story then follows the 12th expedition into this forbidden area. So I think this book is going to be very interesting and different than anything I've ever read before. Yeah.
My last one I got is How the Garcia Girls Lost Their Accents by Julia Alvarez. And this follows a family from the Dominican Republic. Their father was attempting to overthrow the brutal dictator in the Dominican Republic in the 1960s, so they migrated to New York in the 1960s, and it's kind of about how these four sisters, they start to kind of erase their past culture and their familial history. They straighten their hair, they try to unlearn Spanish, and different things like that. They try to dress to fit the norms of America, and it's kind of like their struggle with this new home, but it's not really their home. And like they're remembering their past home, but that's no longer their home either.
It sounds very emotional.
It sounds very emotional, but it sounds very, very good.
It does sound very good.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay, the last book I got is Answered Prayers by Truman Capote. Truman never fully finished the book, and there's different theories to why. One is saying that he did finish it and it's locked somewhere in a safe box and no one can find it, which sounds so cool. The second one is that he wrote them and he destroyed them all, and the third one is he actually never wrote the story, fully finished it, because while writing this book, he decided to release one of the chapters to the public, and apparently this story is fictional, but it's also based on things that he experienced in his real life and being part of this high society. And he apparently uses a lot of those stories that he witnessed and heard of as inspiration in this book. And when he released one of the chapters, the people that he was talking about in this book, his friends, decided to ditch him, and he was all alone in the end. So we don't know. We don't know what happened to the missing chapters. We don't know if they even exist or not. I feel like this book is written in a very mean, brutally realistic, and just offensive way, because how else can you lose all your friends by writing one chapter and publishing it? And yeah, this is the last book I got. Bye. Hello everyone and good morning! We're going to the Barnes & Nobles in Los Angeles, which is I think how is it? Three? It's huge. Bigger than any bookstore in Germany for sure. And yeah, we're just gonna be looking around again, taking some grad pictures for Michaela, which I'm so excited for, and seeing if we find another book to buy. It's Toothless and Hiccup! Ah! Like doing this? Can you be even more touristy? I actually hate it. Oh god, I swear. Oh, look at you go.
I know. Just hire me to be your assistant.
Okay everyone, we just got back from our day out, aka the LA bookstore, and some other fun activities, and I thought I'd show you all the books that we bought today. Michaela is currently looking at the photos that we took of her at Barnes & Noble. I might just insert a couple ones now. Ooh, look at the edit, damn, she looks so good. I got 3 books at the bookstore and I thought I'd show them to you all because they all sound so freaking interesting. The first book I got is called Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young, and this is the second book in that Out on a Limb series that we both read together and we both loved so much. We're gonna love this one as well because this one is about Sarah and Caleb, some of our favorite characters, okay? But they're apparently going through a little struggle right now. Their life is not fun. The romance is dead. It says on the back here that they were high school sweethearts, but they're currently going through a little dark time in their life. So they decide to go on this little outdoorsy hiking retreat in the middle of nowhere to get back together, to reconnect their feelings, to ignite the spark again. Yeah, this is, I guess, kind of a second chance romance, I would say.
AKA the best trope ever.
Yeah, literally.
Second chance is my personal favorite trope.
It is also one of my favorite tropes.
And I love the reality of, like, it's not always perfect. And I love how we get to see them fall in love again, and then we get to see, like, how they were in the past, how they went wrong in the past, and how people get better. Chloe Leese says this is absolute, utter perfection. And dare I say, I haven't read it yet, but I agree.
I think this one is going to be really,
Why do you think paper airplanes are significant? Maybe it's like a bonding exercise.
Maybe.
And they fold paper
Maybe they,
airplanes.
yeah, maybe they write, like, things they don't like about, or, like, oh my god, they throw it, like, off the... And they, like, let it sail off the mountain.
If we watch this back, literally, we didn't say, like, words. I'm so excited for
I'm
this.
really excited
and
for
he's
this.
hot.
True that.
I love a hot nerd.
Then I bought a fantasy book that is called Painted Devils by Margaret Owen. And this is the sequel to Little Thieves, which I read, I think, in a 24-hour readathon or something like that. But I gave it 5 stars. I loved it so much. Vanya is the adopted goddaughter of Fortune and Death, and she kind of goes on little missions for them, fulfills stuff for them, and she's also at the same time a servant for this princess named Giselle. And one day she's kind of fed up with everything, and she decides to switch role with the princess, and she becomes the princess, and then Giselle becomes this random nobody. She leaves.
Oh, Giselle's not
No,
in on
Giselle's
it.
not in on the plan. She just steals the princess's face. Yeah, she's a princess by day and a thief by night, but one day she comes across this different god that ruins everything for her because she kind of tricks the god in some way, and then the god punishes her by saying, if you don't change, your own greed is going to eat you up and turn you into a diamond. And she slowly starts transforming into a stone until she's probably one day going to be just one big crystal like this. She obviously doesn't want this to happen, so she goes on an adventure to figure out how she can undo the curse that she's currently put under. That's basically it, and this is the sequel to that, which I'm very excited for. And then the last book I got is Lion by Sonia Walger, and I saw this first in the Barnes & Noble yesterday. I absolutely love the cover, but I didn't have any time to look at the back, but I was just like, this looks so pretty. What is going on here? I need this book so badly. So this is an autobiography about Sonia's life growing up with a father who was an adrenaline junkie, and this book kind of discusses her relationship with her dad, how he was never home and he was traveling all around the world instead of being where she is. And on the back of the book there's a quote that hit really hard. It is hard to compete with adrenaline when you are a child. And it's so sad. I've never read a book about a father-daughter relationship. I always read books about mother-daughters, so this is very different for me. So yeah, those are the 3 books I got today. And Michaela got less one.
Times 2.
And yeah, we will see you all whenever we go to another bookstore. I don't know. If not, then this video is over. Guess where we are again for the millionth time. Wow. Michaela has a goal actually. What book are you willing to buy?
I want to get the deluxe edition of Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforty, and I want to get the name, but a Tara DeWitt book. It came out today. Happy release day Tuesday. This is your first release day Tuesday.
It's my release day Tuesday, my first one. I had no idea her name was Tom Fordy. I thought it was Tom Ford. Oh Jesus. This actually sounds kind of sad.
Treasure acquired.
Treasure acquired.
Second treasure acquired. Mira.
What?
They're talking about the panties.
Oh my.
Why is it so low? Hold on, look at me.
One of yours 50% off.
No, but I'll find one.
The Coward.
You know a fantasy series I think you should like really dive into?
Which one?
Follow Me.
I have seen this one as well, but it's just so long.
I know.
This is
Weapon.
A weapon. It is a weapon.
This is with tarot cards. It might be a sign. Oh my god, wait, this like goes wrong though.
Okay everyone, we are in Michaela's new room right now. Are you kidding me? And behind us is her new bookshelf. We haven't organized it fully, so we don't want to show it yet fully.
Oh,
we're now going to do the last book haul of the vlog, I guess. The first book I got was called Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I always read this as Robin Hood, but this is book 1 in the Farseer trilogy. And the cover is really nice, and I've looked at this book multiple times now since I've been here, even the trips before. They're always in the bookstore. There's so many. How many did you say there are in this universe?
16.
Crazy. Now, this book is about Fitz, who is the bastard son of one of the princes in the kingdom that he obviously lives in. But yeah, his life is not fun. He's being raised in a stable as a stable boy. Nothing luxurious, nothing cool. But at the same time, he's being trained as an assassin by his father's dad, the king, aka his grandfather. And his dad doesn't know this, okay? But the king also has malicious intent for it. I don't think he's doing this out of love. He just wants to use him as like a weapon, because it says here, as barbarous raiders ravage the coast, Fitch is growing into his manhood and he now has to go on a dangerous, soul-shattering mission to fight for the kingdom and to survive, I guess.
Prediction, I think he's gonna end up teaming up with the people that he's like sent out to kill.
That would actually be really cool.
I bought 4 books today at the bookstore, as I've already said. But the first one I got is Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforty, the deluxe edition with sprayed edges and a new different cover, which I have the original cover right here. Originally I wasn't gonna get it, but this was a 5-star read for me. I absolutely loved this book. I'm a sucker for second chance romance, so they meet as children, and it's because they're neighbors. And then it's typical like girl next door, like neighbors look into, like their windows look into each other, yada yada, they fall in love eventually. And then they break up. 6 years later, they meet up again because she is, again, his neighbor, and she's gonna renovate his house.
And there's some sad backstories, some
Obviously.
sadness.
And he's like the sunshine character. So obviously, like, he's like an onion, like he has layers, and we're pulling back those layers. So good.
The next book I got is called My Heart is a Chainsaw. And first of all, I love the cover. I love the little rip in the page. It looks really nice. But basically this is about Jade, who is a slasher horror movie lover, and she lives in this small town in Idaho. And in this city 50 years ago, there was a huge bloody massacre at this camp called Camp Blood. Was it called Camp Blood after the massacre? Was it called like that before? Was it destiny that there was going to be such a bloody massacre? I don't know.
Foreshadowing?
And now in the present, they are tearing down the national forest to make secondhand homes for celebrities and rich people, which already sounds like the beginning of a new slasher. That's exactly what's happening. And Jade is now contemplating what she's supposed to do. And this is the reason why I picked it up, because she goes, either she's going to train someone to be the final girl to kill the killer, or she's saying that maybe such a thing is the thing that her hometown deserves. I don't really know what's going on, but it sounds really, really good. And again, I love slasher movies, and this just feels like a really nice slasher movie.
The second reason why I wanted to go into the bookstore today was because this morning, I knew this book was being released today. It's Left On Forever by Tara DeWitt. In this book, it is a second chance romance, which that's enough for me to want to buy it because that is my favorite trope of all time. I just love second chance romances. But these two also fell in love when they were kids, and they actually had a kid, and they were married, but now they're divorced, and now they're kind of having their second chance in their 30s. Especially after Rewind It Back by Liz Tomforty, I think I just need another book that's gonna make me feel similar vibes.
Yeah. Okay, and then the third book I got is another horror book, and that is called Bad Cree by Jessica Johns. Sorry, you guys, I can't read anymore because I haven't read it in so long. And the reason I really did pick up this book is because there's a focus on crows in there. In February or March, a crow landed on my head while I was biking. I had to tell you the story, right? And I've been traumatized ever since. And then I read the back of this book, and it goes, Mackenzie wakes up with a severed crow's head in her hand, and she panics, and I'm like, this is a destiny, this is a sign. I need to read a book where crows are involved, obviously.
Mackenzie, more like Medita.
Oh my god, you're so right. As Michaela already said, this book is about a girl named Michaela. Oh my god. This is a book about a girl named Mackenzie, and she wakes up one day with a severed crow's head in her head. She one day wakes up with the head of a crow in her hand, and she obviously panics because of it. But it's actually not real, because when she blinks, the head is gone again. And she's having the same dream every single night. The crows are constantly chasing her, and she somehow ends up at this campsite that she and her family used to go to before her sister died. And she now thinks that these visions have something to do with her sister's death, obviously. But in her real life, something else is happening, because she's getting threatening text messages from someone claiming to be her sister. What is going on? And now she's terrified, and she's trying to figure out how everything relates back to her dead sister. And I hope it's not too sad, even though it sounds really, really, really sad and horrifying at the same time.
I'm just gonna show this one. I got Little Thieves. Maddie already explained this earlier in the video because she got the sequel to this. It's finally being added to the new shelf. And then lastly, I got Can't Get Enough by Kennedy Ryan. I love Kennedy Ryan, and quite frankly, I would do anything for this woman. This is the third and final book in her Skyland trilogy. Each book follows like a different girl in this like amazing female friendship trio. They're all strong, independent women, but like Hendrix is like that girl. Kennedy Ryan does an amazing job at like making her romance stories so much more than romance stories and exploring really important discussions in and just new dynamics and new just features in her characters. And with Hendrix, she's touching on this concept of, you know, in romance books, like every epilogue, it's like, oh, they get married and they're gonna have babies. Oh, she gets pregnant. But Hendrix doesn't want kids. I love reading about new people. I don't think there are enough Hendrixes in the world, and I really adore her.
And yeah, that is the end of our book haul. We do have one more book to show. So I never really showed it, and now I can finally show it because we picked out these books to bedazzle these books. I decided to get Envelope Poems by Emily Dickinson, and this is the final result. Wow, it's bedazzled and so bright. And these are just other poems that she had that she never published, because it's actually a known thing that Emily Dickinson didn't publish most of her work, which is really sad because she's just amazing. She does say here, they're addressed to no one and everyone at once. They remind us of the contingency, transience, vulnerability, and hope embodied in all of our messages, which is just so pretty.
The book I selected is First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Yeah, please appreciate all of my time and dedication because this took forever. If you like romance books and you like The Single Mom Trope, I highly recommend listening to this on audio. It was really good. He basically works at a radio station, so in between like chapters, there would be like little radio station sounds and like just little clips. I don't know, like just the sound effects they added in the audiobook make it just so much more alive.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a single mom. He works at a radio station called Heartstrings, and her daughter calls for her mom saying like, my mom needs help. She's single and I want her to be happy and I want her to find someone and I want her to be in love. And so then the mom walks in. She's like, what's going on? Like, why are you talking to my daughter? And then he's like, oh, we're on a radio station, blah, blah, blah. And eventually she gets roped into this radio station thing and they are trying to help her find love.
I'm really happy with that we bedazzled these, and I also think this is a great ending to this bookstore vlog because I really don't know how else to end this except with showing you all of these.
So pretty.
Yeah, this is the end of our little book haul, bookstore vlog, book shopping video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, you can give it a thumbs up and you want to see more of my content out of this, you can subscribe. I am really happy to be back doing what I love most, buying books. Yes.
You're reading one.
I'm already reading one. I already am reading Unanswered Prayers because I'm just so invested in the stories, and that one is, not gonna lie, it's
crazy.
a ride. It's crazy. It is a crazy book, and yeah, fearless. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, evening, nighttime, morning, whatever time zone you're in. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Go read a book. I think you should all read Little Thieves, honestly, and buy Little Thieves. It's one of my favorite fantasy books ever. YA fantasy, so amazing. Have a great day, happy reading, and see you all next time. Bye, 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 bye,
Bye. Bye.
bye.